Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Sigval here, and welcome back to another video. So in this one, we're going to take a look at the video from Night Fury. Again, I'll put his link to his channel in the description, the pinned comments. And boy, click that because it's unacceptable. 961 subs. Like, come on, let's get this man to 1k because he definitely does deserve it. One of the best raid and story content out there. And as the title might suggest, this is going to be solo tier 8. We've seen solo tier 8 previously, but it was in 8 fights or 9 fights. But this time is going to be in 6 fights, meaning that he's going to one-shot all the sub-bosses and he's going to finish Brainiac in 2 fights. So let's see how this goes and let's see what teams he used. Also, let me move my camera. I think over here it doesn't block anything that might be relevant on the screen. This is the intro that he has. We can, I mean, we don't need to skip that. It's from How to Train Your Dragon. That's where his name is from, if you didn't know. Actually, is the main character dragon, let's say. So over here we have a Manta against Horrific Scarecrow. We have Red Hood 40 time extension. A little bit tricky with the Red Hood against Scarecrow. He might die before he does that super move. And a Vixen. Doesn't Vixen like not give you the buffs anymore if she dies? And there's no class advantage or disadvantage here to benefit in that regard. So yeah, Night Fury, if you're watching, let me know what was the deal with Vixen here. Because as far as I'm aware, they've released debuffs. Yeah, he no... Actually, there's no debuffs currently on Scarecrow. Hold on a second. Oh no, he actually gets them. He actually gets the Vixen buffs, even though Vixen is dead. Is that like a recent thing, a new thing? Because it didn't used to be this way. So yeah, let me know in the comments if this is like a recent thing that was introduced, because as far as I was aware, that was not a thing. So what he's doing here is not using the Beta Club actually here, he's using the Jokerized Battering. The Jokerized Battering is going to allow him to have 2 additional fast attack hits, putting Manta at 4 fast attack hits in total. And in addition, when he uses the special, he's going to inflict a debuff on the enemy that allows him to do more instances of damage based on the damage that he deals on basic attack hits. So overall, it's a great artifact for Manta, and it's far better than Beta Club for Manta. And he's going to constantly reduce the defense of Scarecrow. This is the most reliable way to apply, regardless of the defense the enemy, the Jokerized Battering Venom, because the third special is too expensive and the first special is a little bit clunky in regards to starting combo after it. Also, something that Vixen, I think, does regardless and did previously was make the class disadvantages a lot weaker, which is the case here. So maybe, I don't know if he was aware of Vixen like working or being dead, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that was not the case previously. He'll not let the burn expire. I'm pretty sure he has maxed out armor pierce on basic attack hits on Manta regardless. He messed up a bit there, but that's fine. But even if you have maxed out armor pierce on basic attack hits, you're going to be better off burning the enemy regardless, because the armor pierce does not apply to swipe attacks. So you're losing some damage in that regard. Come on, chopped again. And it looks like it's going to be a pretty easy one-shot for the most part. And it's huge that he's not using the Batman Ninja team here, because that will come into play later. Usually Manta is used with Brainiac to one-shot another boss. So this leaves both Brainiac available and Batman Ninja team available. And yet again, that will be important later into the video, because I did take a sneak peek before making this video that I'm recording now. And it was close enough, like a few more mistakes, and it would have been a little bit of a failure in terms of the one-shot. He even took a screenshot. Boy, is this the first time you're one-shotting Scarecrow with Manta? But yeah, a very good fight nevertheless. And you can see that there was some lingering damage. That's because of the Jokerized Battering. You'll get a little bit more damage than you did because of that, for some reason. It's a bug that previously was there with the Beta Club, but in that fight is quite irrelevant, because a one-shot was a one-shot. Getting a little bit higher numbers out there is not going to change a thing. So here it's going to use Last of Joker with just like Flash and EPI. And yeah, it's a fight that we've seen 1,000 times, but it's still an interesting fight. It's going to have Nora Snow Globe on just like Flash, getting those buffs for Joker in there. All Blades on Joker, and he's going to have the Dark Metal cards on EPI, I suppose. Yep, Dark Metal cards, and he's going to now try and push Grodd to the corner. That was a little bit of a weird tag in. I think he mistapped there, but that's fine. Joker did not die. He got the super move out of the way. So overall, that sequence of Joker getting tagged in was successful. Joker getting tagged back in. Second special in there. Engage the combo. EPI getting back in there. And he's gonna do a tag in from block. So a lot of you ask me about tagging from block on the phone. Well, you can do two things to do that. First of all, you can hold your phone like this with one thumb here, or you can do what he does here, though this is a little bit more restrictive, but can definitely work in fights like this, and this time usually with this team against Grodd and the Multiverse team. So basically, you have one finger that's supposed to hold the block, and you have the same finger that's supposed to press the tag, and so you can't do both of them at the same time. Also, that super move was kind of risky on EPI. Bro, like at this point I would honestly get EPI a little bit more tanky because she doesn't do much damage regardless. You're not running double All Blades anymore. Yeah, a little bit of a tense moment here in the Grodd fight, but there we go, full health from one hit basically. But yeah, the other way to do it is to press the tag ahead of time, because even if the tag is not available, but you press it while it's on cooldown, the game will register that command, and after that's pressed, you can keep holding block and the character will get tagged in when that's off cooldown. Basically, that's how you do it without having a weird finger position, but yet again, that's far more restrictive. Or you just play it on an emulator and you can easily do it from a keyboard. Those are kind of the ways that you can do this with. So 3 hits, swipe down, and as you can see, the tag is pressed ahead of time while it's still on cooldown, and it gets tagged in when it's available. Yet again, he could combo and chop this, but it's far safer to use the SP2 to do this, and why complicate yourself when you don't need to? Like, combo interruption would be more damage, but does it look like he needs to do that? Not really. And over there, a little bit of a weird Joker interaction, because as you saw, he did a basic hit after the SP2 and almost got killed there because of that. That kind of happens nowadays sometimes. It was not intended, it's a little bit of a bug, a little bit of a glitch, but thankfully the blind kicked in and he survived. And he's going to be able to finish this fight. Not that much time left, but yet again, Grodd is dead. What more could you ask for from this fight specifically? So yeah, clean one-shot here. Let's move on. 2 more bosses to be one-shots. So yeah, he's alone, I think, in this, like... First I was thinking that he was doing it in Prime, like, you can do solo tier 8 while being in a league to an extent. Though, if you're coordinating with the other people and you're one-shotting stuff, but I guess he's going all alone in this league, which makes it even more of a proof that this is a clean one-shot. And kind of the controversial part of this would be this fight here specifically. You might be like, oh, Deathstroke, Batman Who Laughs, there's no way this one-shots. And you're right, but at the same time you're kind of wrong. There's currently a bug in the game where Batman Who Laughs is going to deal double damage against bosses. You will not deal double damage while you're in the fight, but you will deal double damage after the fight is already over. This is not related to any artifact or anything, you'll have sort of salvation here, but the artifact that you have simply doesn't matter in this scenario. And basically after the fight is over, the damage that Batman Who Laughs will get doubled, and will get further subtracted from the boss's health. And if that's enough to kill the target will actually get killed, not even get left at 1 HP, so that's how this is possible. So Batman Who Laughs' percentage shell damage is out of the way, he's got EGL in there to get more power while he tags in once. I mean, look, let's be honest here, the outcome of this fight specifically would have been literally the exact same with or without the presence of EGL in there. But see, he's there. Our SP2 in there. 3 mil. Engage the combo. And he did not do any specials because he wanted the clone to be on full energy when it gets tagged in. He got hit with a special one there on the clone, which is not ideal, because there's only so many SP1s from Boss Dr. Fate that the clone can tank. Oh boy, that's a scary thing. Letting your character walk to the opponent and doing a basic attack hit combo. That's a scary thing that I honestly never tried myself. Another SP2 in there. Gonna back off a bit. Re-engage the combo. Yet again, sitting there I don't think it's very safe because you're still in range of possibly a Q. Dr. Fate. You can do basically an infinite combo against Dr. Fate with most characters by swiping down, which works 95% of the time. He simply does not transition into a block fast enough for him to be able to do anything. Dr. Fate seems to be chill. I wonder if it's bugged, because some bosses can get bugged after using super move where they don't do any specials. It's either bugged or he gets very lucky in this regard. Our SP2, and yeah, that was the last one for that clone. I mean, the previous one was the last one, so that was a little bit of a waste. Oh, this is not ideal, because you don't really want to get the clone tagged in onto that dot, because it almost takes away all the health, but he got out of it real quick. And yeah, Dr. Fate is back to doing his thing, spamming his specials. But he sees a window of opportunity here, another SP2. Gonna back off. Jump attack into another SP2. And yeah, I think he literally got the best that he could out of this fight. And as I said, because of the Battle Laughs bug glitch, whatever, it's going to be this damage that he actually did, and then doubling the Battle Laughs damage and actually killing the fight. He's literally alone in this league. There's some placeholder accounts to maybe found the league rate, but he's the only one that does damage here. So that is actually a legit one-shot as far as everything is concerned, because it literally kills the target. And look, if it was not for this thing specifically, he maybe would have had to use 1 or 2 more fights. As you can see, none of the other accounts have done any damage or been in any fights. So yeah, now moving on to the Captain Cold fight. This is going to be a Mr. Freeze classic theme. So Classic Wonder Woman is going to be in there to give that crit damage, and Superman is going to be in there to reduce the defense of the enemy, because as we know, the bosses in League Raids have maxed out defense, and you can't rely on armor pierce on basic attack hits when you're using Beta Club, because none of the hits that proc Beta Club are going to have access to the armor pierce capability on the talents. As I said, it only applies to tap hits, not to swipes, not to swipe downs, not to jump attacks. 1-3 run seems to be having sort of salvation here. You got the super move in there. 1 room back in there. Might have missed it. Did he reduce the armor just once? Would have gone for 1 more at the very least, but maybe I missed it. Maybe he did more than once. Oh, there we go. Another one in there. Like, he used that to kind of extend the combo and put this guy into a freeze, and boy, this is peak performance. Like, I dream of having this into this state. Like, the only thing that I do have at this point is the 7-star classic Superman. This is the most relevant thing out of them all to have at 7 stars. Like, Classic Wonder Woman at 7 stars, amazing. Mr. Freeze at 7 stars with Beta Club, literally the best character in the game at that point. But if you do have Beta Club, and the dot values are almost without any Brainiac or Raven assistance reaching the 3 mil damage mark. So this is actually an insanely strong team. I wonder if in Soul Raids, with though, yeah, if he has maxed out artifacts, most likely this can easily one-shot 2 billion health fights. It's gonna be a little bit tricky with the freezes, because this dude has immunity to freeze. Mr. Freeze obviously has a 25% chance to freeze any characters regardless. And there was a freeze, but he hit it with Classic Superman, and since Classic Superman is not legendary, it's going to break the freeze instantly, so that sucks. But yeah, frozen again. Superman in there. I mean, at this point, he's just playing with around with food. He would have, all he would have done was watch the Captain Cold die. That's the proper gameplay. You get him frozen, you do a jump attack, and you just watch. At this point, he's just playing around with food. He doesn't care. He knows that you'll easily one-shot. So it's getting kind of risky considering how much time is left of the fight. Like, look, this here, this is the proper gameplay. Nah, he tagged Superman in there again. But yeah, the proper gameplay if you want to get the most damage, but clearly he doesn't really care at this point. You just chill. You just watch the dot damage unfold while he's frozen. So yeah, there we go. He's at 1 health. Literally any special will kill him. There we go. Third special, and that's Mr. Freezedown and all these sub-bosses being one-shots. Now let's move on to the Brainiac phases. And you can, in theory, one-shot phase 1 to phase 3 with Kim-Flan, Sakom, and Raven, but that involves a certain amount of luck. So let's see how that goes. Now getting into phase 1 against Brainiac, 7-star Raven, 7-star Kim-Flan, Sakoman. Boy, that Kim-Flan, Sakoman is only like level 70. What have you been spending your might capsules on, my dudes? But yeah, that's actually gonna matter a lot here, because it's going to be quite a decent loss of base attack from not having that to a higher level. SP2 in there. Tucker Fate in there to get killed as soon as possible. We need him for the passive, but we don't need him alive. He'll be quite annoying in phase 2. So SP1 in there. Sort of Sin or Raven to constantly apply burning effect and not allow Brainiac to use any specials. Also reduces defense. Brainiac's got like 30% defense in tier 8, so that's also something to keep in mind. Now SP1, and something that he should ideally do is not let him get to max stacks, because as long as you don't get to max stacks, you're going to pick up the pace as soon as you enter phase 2. Another SP2 in there. I did not count how many specials he used, so hopefully he keeps in mind not getting to max stacks. Yeah, there we go. And we'll get Raven in there. And Raven needs to be ideally in the fight as soon as you transition into phase 2, so that she can start stacking darkness and stacking power drain as soon as the fight starts. Jump attack, special 1. Another special 1. Another one. And there we go, 3 of them. Like, we saw previously a fight from Devo, where he got 4 darkness stacks, and I was like surprised, or was it even 5? And here, there we go, Raven getting only 3 of them, and it was like proper gameplay. That was just how many of them were possible in that time frame. So definitely weird to see those 2 situations compared. You need to make sure to apply them as often as possible while Raven is tagged in, because you wanna have that cooldown of darkness refreshed as soon as you get tagged out. SP2 in there actually, because special 1 was locked. I think that's also why he got hit actually, because he was trying to place SP1 and that was locked. That happens to me, but when I do that, I actually die. There we go, phase 3, 42 seconds left on the clock, and while that's not a lot of time, it is a reasonable amount of time. There's special in there. Raven in there, using an SP1. Another SP1, 2 darkness stacks. Another one. Getting tagged in there. Ideally you want to get to max stacks, but at the same time you don't really have the time to do so. Actually, never mind, don't really need to get to max stacks, because he's already kind of hitting the 3 mil cap. Third special in there. Engage the combo. I don't think he's gonna tag Raven back in there. Or he is. Not sure the tag back in of Raven was the proper play there, though I don't think it changed the result much at all. So this is as far as he went. Again, I've seen one shot from phase 1 to phase 3, but that is very luck reliant, so this performance was nevertheless a very, very good one. And now, for the last fights. Maybe you have noticed that Brainiac was not used, maybe you have noticed that the Batman Ninja team was not used. And now, for the last fight, one of my favorite teams in the game actually. The Batman Ninja Brainiac team. It's your boy. So basically we have Beta Club on Grods. We have Sword of Sin on Brainiac. And we're going to have lethal attack damage. Lots of lethal attack damage both from the Robin passive and from the Brainiac passive. Pushing him a bit there. Brainiac in there, special 1. Starting to apply that power drain, making the fight a lot more smooth. Super move in there, getting that out of the way. And this team can deal tons of damage. Like in Dawn of Apocalypse, and this is literally the equivalent to League Raids because I didn't have any passive stats on either of the characters. I think I was able to get with this team like 400 mil damage, so this is a team that's definitely capable of getting this done. Obviously, there's going to be the added annoyance of having the class transitions in phase 4. But other than that, it's going to be quite an optimal scenario. Espion in there, again getting that burning. Over here, that's really needed because you don't want the dude to get to super move points. Over here in phase 4, I guess to an extent he could try to combo and chop the Brainiac. That's not impossible, but yet again, he doesn't seem like he needs to. So if he wants to finish the Grot combo into an SP1, that's perfectly fine. Able to engage a combo there after the class transition. Grot in there getting tagged into a block, but he backed off quickly. Infinite combo here while he's in the corner. There we go, that's what we want to see. And yeah, I think it goes without saying that this fight will be done in the next few seconds. So thanks so much for watching. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you dislike it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more content like this and check out Night Fury. Again, links will be in the description and in the pinned comment. And yeah, all that being said, I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye! Yeah, there we go. Last third special in there, finishing the fight in style. And that's going to be solo tier 8 in 6 pips.